Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Let me share our stream on Discord with everyone. Live stream just started. Join us. How you doing, guys? How is it going? How you doing, chat? Having a good time? Ready for an interesting market out here? Holding on to the 200 EMA so far. Probably want to hold on to that. We just got at 10, we just got the actual new home sales, which is higher than the forecast, right? So the market's reacting with a rebalancing right there on the price action. We're gonna look into the markets and perform today on our two accounts for the Ticktick trader. Looking for a much better day than what we had yesterday, of course. This is the second stream we are performing. Better numbers on the actual new home sales. Probably this is the most important besides Nvidia, which comes out once the markets are closed today. So that's something to keep in mind. Nvidia is gonna shake the markets. We do have it today. Nvidia on the pre-market is around 130, much higher than the closing. 126 on the closing. Pre-market is up to 130. That's going to represent volatility. So I'm wondering about the bullishness behind the Nasdaq today as a possibility. Of course, make sure to like the video, guys, as we get into the topic. Slowly gaining on our viewers and putting together the numbers. We're not gonna miss basically our Ticktick Trader Cup with our green tea. Enjoy our Japanese green tea as usually. And look into the market. Possibility here for the 5 minutes to reject on the 200 EMA blue line. What's happening, fellas? Well, there's one thing everyone needs to know is we're very close here with a yearly opening, which is on the 283. Daily opening, which sits on 230, and then the monthly opening, which sits on the 200. So there is a lot of support representation below us which could be touched. That's why longing here right now, as the market looks like, it's kind of dangerous. I'm not gonna say no to a trade even if it happens before the market opens. As long as there is an opportunity, I'm gonna be happy about it. There is an interesting flat top so far establishing at 330s. There you go. So that's kind of confirmed right now. A breakout above a retest would be a nice entry for the day for sure. That's something easy. Yeah, there is a long way to go for that. Morning over there, fellas. Yeah, there is a lot to revisit in the lows. And there is an FVG, fair value gap. A fair value gap is located here. So that's kind of dangerous, right? To have a fair value gap under a such trading structure of liquidity, to have a fair value gap below that, I'm telling you, it's dangerous. Again, it is a day which is running pre-Nvidia earnings, which is always representing tons of volatility. and difficulties to perform. So it's not going to be an easy time to perform. We're going to deal with small numbers, small sizes as usually. We might get that yearly holding. Look at that, guys. The yearly opening is an interesting mark. And there is a kind of support here aiming to be established, but still. The bears are so active. I'd like to see how does this candle closes. There is a nice opportunity to take the markets to the daily opening. 230s. Right, so the actual news for the new home sales, the actual number is 698,000. The forecast was 669, much better. Usually this is representing a better correlation. A higher than expected reading should be taken as a positive bullish for the USD. That's how it's considered. Now, of course, there's not much going around the reactions. This is not one of those extreme major news. It's considered decent, but it's not an extreme type of a news. And of course, the markets are just waiting for Nvidia. DXY, the US dollar, is not doing much about it. Although there is still room here to revisit the liquidity from there on the 4 hours. I like to see what's happening on the gold side. Gold futures, well, that looks bad. That's definitely not promising for the last 4 hours. Although we got a rejection yesterday, especially at this area above 2,900s. We'll have to see if the same buying pressure appears. There is 51 minutes to go out of this candle, and the rejection needs to appear on that one. Interesting spot, right? 4 hours on the Nasdaq. You know, it looks pretty ugly, of course, but we can deal with that. 5-minute candles. Morning, everyone. How you doing, fellas? How's it going? What do you expect, basically, especially with Nvidia? Besides volatility, which is something we could all be agreeing with. Tomorrow we got the GDP news, which is something enjoyable in terms of a major impact for the markets. So it's going to be quite an exciting times to have that connected with the Nvidia stuff, right? The major movements will probably happen as soon as the market opens tomorrow, Thursday. Wouldn't be surprised to see an outcome that is bullish after the Nvidia. Look at the daily candles here. We're very, very close to the 200 EMA, which is something that held onto this specific market structure. Back to a retest. Acts nicely so far, so news could easily take us above the yearly and above the weekly opening, above 136. And of course, then you will also deal with a such trending line, which right now you kind of have it intact. At the time you break out of this, you open the possibilities for levels above 150 again. Quite comfortable for the markets to be there as you get that confirmation. Back to Nasdaq, what's happening here? Breaks below. I do trade before the market opens, but I did not trade it today before the market opens, so I'm not gonna trade anything besides whatever I do on live stream on this specific prop firm and this specific 3 accounts that I have. No trading behind the doors, everything is on the live stream. Morning over there, guys. Hope you're having a great time. This is going to be another very interesting days with, of course, possibilities, as you can see, to convert our 200, as it used to act as a support just a few hours ago. Nicely holding the structure. For the first time, we kind of get rejected by that one, and probably the markets will open up here the doors for at least retesting the 230s. So that's something that I'm considering actually right now, to give it a try on a short on the NQ. Right, we're gonna do a single contract. We're gonna open up a short on an NQ single contract. We're not gonna do micro. We're gonna do a market order and open up the trade at this level. There's 18 minutes to go till the market opens, and we're gonna work around it. Right, so just like I said, a good target here is 230s. We got into a quick short here of a single contract. With a take profit on 231.5, $585. Would be very interesting. No stop loss has been set yet. We could work around the stop loss depending here on the chart. Slightly above 300s. Looks like an invalidation point. Hey, welcome guys. Make sure to like the video, fellas, as you're joining on board and slowly adjusting. Like the video, share your thoughts in the comments area. Let us know what do you think about the markets, and participate with any positive, touch that you guys have. We're trading on Ticktick Trader. There is a 40% discount, so for those of you that are interested, it is a good time basically to take advantage. Coupon code is listed right there, and the link, it's something you can grab from here. For those of you that are interested, that's the link with a 40% discount at the checkout. Breaking below, the market is pushing nicely. We're gonna set a stop loss right now on our entry, right? So $15 right there in profit with a stop loss, break even, covering commissions, and looking for our target on the 230s if the market wants to continue to that level. Could easily get lower, could easily get to the monthly, which sits slightly above the 200s. But we're gonna take it step by step, and we're playing this quite tight. As you can see, 13 points. We've moved our stop loss to profit. We're looking for playing this, wouldn't say safe, but I would actually say at a level that is comfortable. You definitely need that, great feeling after the first positive trade of the day. You will definitely want to close your first trade of the day on green if you get a chance for that, right? So this is a chance right here. We could also reshort any little possibility in terms of moving to the upside. That would be an interesting approach as well. So that's why playing tight here with a stop loss might not be the best idea. How's it going, fellas? How are you today? Oh, the crypto account is gone. Is just gone. This is so tight on the stop loss here. Might not worth to play around the stop loss like that. I'm gonna take it a little bit higher. And I'm gonna leave it on 67 basically. We'll accept the minor loss on that. But I just cannot play that tight with it. So make sure to like the video, fellas. Enjoy. Look at that. The market is finding itself on a nice continuation. Daily opening right there. Pretty near to touch that target. 585 on the profit would be. And that would be a decent start.
Order filled.
There you go. It has been closed. So first trade of the day ending up successfully, $580 confirmed. This one right there. And the market, of course, could have its decent bearish outcome as of now. Slightly above 30 viewers. Having a great time, fellas. Make sure to like the video and enjoy today's material. Let's not forget about the fireworks every time we're hitting the nail. There you go. Beautiful fireworks. You just don't want to miss that. A nice enjoyment for a little trade that came out to be as expected. It came out to be positive, $580. A decent start for the day. And some great possibility, of course, of reshorting the market. If that's the case yet, the daily reacts interesting. So we pretty much exited at a decent time yet. A daily opening obviously is having most of the time powerful reactions. It's not loss, it's secured. Not the entire account, but partially has been secured into spot. I'm basically into spot a lot. That's a good stuff, fellas. Morning, everyone, having a good time. Thoughts on my crypto? Let's talk about for a second on the crypto as well. We're quite comfortable here with the NQ as we started our day with a little profit, but that adds up. I'm looking for seeing a little more on this one. This has been a trade on a leader account, which is also copied with another follower, right? So as you saw yesterday on our first stream, we do copy trading on 2 accounts, and the third one is traded alone, right? So this was a trade on a leader account. The copy traded account, the 33 ending on, is also on profit. This is the follower one, and then the leader. Let's talk about the crypto space, and let's get to the daily candlesticks for the crypto space and look into the BTC. BTC is touching this specific area, guys. Very interesting how BTC handles. It needs to deal with this 200 EMA, which is usually a place of a beautiful reaction, a place of a very strong reaction, I would put it that way. So I don't think this is going to be missed, unless you get NVIDIA terrible outcome and then crypto is going to continuously suffer. Crypto is having here a fair value gap, which kind of scares me, and it's a little bit under the 200 EMA. So BTC could easily trap people right there into shorts for those of you that are thinking about shorting. If our 200 EMA on the daily is lost, you're actually going to short a fair value gap pattern, which is not a place to short. It would be a place of a possible reaction. That's the place the market could bounce. And that's kind of between 81 and even as high as 84. So that $3,000 is filled up with possibilities of reactions. The 4-hour candlestick here is quite terrible for BTC. There is a very strong selling pressure in the last, but if I zoom into this, is the last 4 hours are just non-stop, and seems like breaking below the previous low, so definitely not comfortable with that. That's the way the whole crypto space looks like. Yeah, when it comes down to a longer term, well, you're going to see some altcoin bullishness in the upcoming period. Very likely altcoins are going to react nicely on that, guys. So it is a good opportunity for those of you that are thinking about altcoins to dollar cost average into your position. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you, as usually, I have to tell you these things with the CFTC 4.41 hypothetical disclaimer. You definitely want to be responsible for your trading outcome and career and actions you're doing. So be careful with that one. Of course, we never risk resources that we cannot afford to risk and lose in terms of trading. Now, it is a good place to talk about a bottom. It is a good place to consider nice returns. 5-minute candles on Nasdaq. What's happening, fellas? There is a minor reaction from the daily opening on Nasdaq. There is 7 minutes to go till the market opens and the volatility is expected. So this is a dangerous spot here with a liquidity grab. It's really dangerous in the way it's structurized. Right? So there's a lot of the people above that holding their stop losses. So it's a nice place to take them out. There's already people here with shorts putting stop losses above 330s, so the markets could nicely take some of that out. Not shorting Bitcoin at this level. Not shorting the altcoins. I do think there is no more room in terms of the edge compared to the longs when it comes down to the altcoins. Towards the shorting side, I do believe the opposite. There is a much better edge for longing. And we're speaking about spot trading. We don't talk about the futures trading for the crypto with leverage. It's much more comfortable to deal with crypto these days on spot. And that also gives the ability to take care of other things as well. Day trading crypto is something that I'm no longer doing. I'm kind of focusing a lot more on the Nasdaq, which is much better, I guess. there's too much noise into the crypto space, too much nonsense volatility that is decreasing the level of predictability when it comes down to day trading. That's why I prefer dealing with Nasdaq. To me, it is easier. So what do I expect basically to suggest you is the swing trading, the position trading. If you deal with leverage, 2x, 3x leverage for the crypto is sufficient. You know, crypto has those, especially the altcoins, 50, 100%, 200, 300% rallies. If you catch that on a 2x leverage, you're making 500% in 30 days. You don't need more. So a much better edge towards the longing side. Better search for longs into the crypto space these days, especially with the alts. We have 70, 80 days of downtrends. So if you look at the charts, if I show you the charts of the Ethereum, it's time to reverse. Four minutes to go, guys, till the market openings. Hope you're having a great time on our stream. Make sure to like the video, fellas, and let me know your thoughts in the comments area. Any questions, any discussion? Sebastian, I've been shorting NQ. I've been handling a short on NQ. We already have a $580 profit with this one. We've been shorting it till 230s. We've been shorting it from a higher level to 230s on a single contract on NQ. That's where we have the daily, so there is a risk of a minor reversal from there. I was playing it quite tight, which is why we needed that exit. You also need, and you kind of know that feeling when you need the first trade of the day, you need that to be positive. It's not really about the forcing it, right? You don't want to catch one of those longer trades, one of those, 200 points type of a trade, which is, it's not coming every other day. That's why for the first trade, for your enthusiasm and level of confidence, you definitely want to hold on to the green side. So there is a possibility here for a market continuation into the monthly opening. It's just right next to us. 220s, right? So thinking about reshorting this one, but I'd like to see how does the market opens. I'm not going to open up a position right now. There is 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. So I'd like to see how does the market structure looks in terms of reforming. Yes, I'm going to live stream every single day from Monday to Friday. We're going to be on a live stream at the US openings, 2 p.m. UTC time. Yeah, that's great on the gold side, of course. When do you give the results of the giveaway account? The results were shared on yesterday's live stream. So you want to look into my account and you see the live stream that is from yesterday. You want to see the live sector. So not the videos, but the live sector. That's the place you will see the live stream. And at the end of the live stream, I do have the results of the giveaway. Some of the guys have already claimed their accounts. There is just a single person that didn't claim that, so you guys want to make sure and verify that. Constantly, we're going to organize giveaways and share accounts with people, having a great time with that and do our nice job. Well, Sebastian shorting again at 21.329. It's a dangerous level when you have a such flat top with a possibility to grab the stop losses from the above, right? So I wouldn't do that. I would prefer basically instead of trading this on a possible reversal, right? So jumping into the trade at that level on a possible reversal, I would prefer to go on with the continuation. It's a little bit easier to trade continuations than reversals. Reversals are part of the concept, the knife catching possibility, and the market just runs without stopping and reversing and breaks through everything. That's always the danger there, which is why I'm not really comfortable trading before the reversal happens, before the reversal is confirmed, I would actually consider to go for a confirmation. Now, today we got into a trade at a different spot. Let's look into the orders. Right, so we got into at it has been failed here, 21,260, and we got out at 231, the single contract. And then the stop loss has been cancelled, right? So 260, look at that, the opening is breaking below, guys. Let's just get back to the markets. What do we have here? Down to the monthly opening. Obviously, the selling pressure is active. You know, this is not an easy spot to speak about longs because of the risk to get back to the 21,000s. Right? The risk of revisiting yesterday's lows, yesterday's wicks, 21,000 is gonna be the risk right there. Let's get back to our 5-minute chart. We're gonna verify. I'm gonna list basically on my Discord. Nicholas, I'm gonna list on my Discord after the stream ends. I'm gonna list the winners on my Discord, so you'd like to see if you're between those. You want to join the Discord after the stream. Morning over there, guys. Interesting times right here with the market reacting after the daily opening. Yet I'm not sure how strong this reaction is gonna be. There's still 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Monthly and daily openings could hold us here. Could give us a retest of the 200 EMA. Could give us a retest of the 330s, right? So there is room to push to those 2 levels without being bullish. You're not going to be bullish if you're going there. What do you need to do today to convert this chart into a bullishness, into a confirmed bullish situation? Is you got to break above 330 one way or the other. Revisit your 330s and confirm the conversion. That's what you got to do, right? So there is a long way to go, 120 points to do that. That's something that's going to portray things into a bullish shape. But again, we speak about a market here that is prior to Nvidia earnings, which is usually a difficult time to perform trading against the trend. Definitely not suggesting. Make sure to like the video, fellas, and enjoy the current movement. The red M stands for the monthly opening. That was the monthly opening price for Nasdaq on 21,200s. Yes, you can open up a trade right now if you're holding it for more than 10 seconds, guys. You can definitely do that on Ticktick Trader at this time. Let's get into the minute chart as well and see how does it plays out. It's a pretty ugly chart right here. But it's kind of the usual volatility, the nonsense volatility. Look at that. 5-minute chart looks a little bit better. This is definitely not a comfortable spot to be longing. Nope. Especially after you've been confirmed below the 200 EMA. Gold is finding itself on a possible support here. BTC is trying to survive. It just broke yesterday lows, but it has a form of reaction, right? So Bitcoin wants to do something here. Extremely likely to get below 200s in the way it looks like. We're going to go ahead and open up a position here. Looks like it wants to hold. Looks like 200 wants to hold for a temporary recovery. Definitely not convinced about. No, the giveaway has ended. We headed our X profile. I've been sharing on my Discord. That's why you guys want to be out here on my Discord every time, which is the place basically we're sharing these things. Creating a little hedge fund. Well, it's kind of a complex activity from a business standpoint. There is significant risk involved, but it could be worth it. It's an interesting idea, specifically for crypto with spot. I find it very easy, basically. So crypto spot trading, especially with the altcoins, you're always going to make money if you buy respecting a very simple rule. If it dumped 50% or more from the highs, and if you get into your trade on a DCA from that point, it is inevitably going to make you money. So there is no time in the past years, we're just talking about a serious altcoins that are, you know, in the top 100. We're not talking about altcoins that are meme coins or dead projects. No. Top 100, if you buy after it dumped at least 50%, and you kind of see a place that is clearly confirming to be a possible support, and that's the place you start getting into slowly, you DCA. There's no situation in the past couple of years that did not represent a making money opportunity, right? So look at a monthly opening, guys. 200s are reacting and holding. It's an interesting reaction so far. It's a powerful reaction so far, which could take the markets a little bit higher. Let's see how does the closing happens on this 5-minute candle. There's 2 minutes to go. You know, it's very important to wait for the closings. That's something really important. Everything reacts, even BTC, right? So BTC was taken below the previous low, right after the markets opened, or right before the markets opened, and this is usually happening when there is bullish pressure coming on board. So there you go, it's kind of confirmed. I would be careful today with the shorts, guys. I would be careful, really careful with the shorts today. What they mean at 2:40 p.m. I did enter my trade today a little bit earlier when I did. It was a pre-market trade. It was on the live stream, but it was a little bit earlier. We've been shorting the markets, and now it's kind of difficult to speak about shorts with this 5-minute candle. If we look into the 15-minute candle, guys, that looks very good, right? So 15-minute, keep in mind, 15-minute 200 EMA is right there. And if you close your 15-minute like this, that's hard to say to be bearish. So keep in mind for the day, there's a few targets here. The 400s, that's where you get the 200 EMA on the 15-minute. And then this specific top that comes in at the bottom right there, keeps the ranging structure very, very flat over there, and then forms the high as well that we had yesterday, which kind of triggered a whole movement towards the downside. This is the 450, right? So keep in mind, 450 today is very dangerous. It's very dangerous to be in shorts, as the markets could push to that level and still remain bearish. You know, you need Nvidia, like I said. Nvidia earnings will actually take the market strongly in a direction. Whatever happens in between, it's just going to be a lot of the noise, so we could get chopped around. 450 remains an interesting level. Yeah, we got heavy resistance at 280 for sure. It's not going to be an easy job to get out of that. Yeah, you can definitely create a hedge fund specifically for crypto spot trading. Like I said, it is the easiest way to make money. You just wait for a market correction representing minimum 50% and then look forward DCAing afterwards in cryptocurrencies that we have seen throughout the past couple of years, always recovering in a powerful manner. 11 minutes into the markets, guys, it looks very interesting here for the Nasdaq. Getting back into lower time frames, I mean, the buying pressure triggered on 200s is substantial, right? It is about 75-80 points. But you're still under the 200 EMA. And I'd like to see how do we deal with the openings. Fellas, in the meantime, make sure to like the video and enjoy yourselves in the chat. Have a great time, guys. Yep, heavy resistance already here, confirming on the yearly. It's interesting that we've got this openings on the daily, monthly, and yearly very near to us. The weekly opening is high on 21,700s, so we're far away with that. We don't discuss about that weekly. An interesting spot here for the markets to hold. An interesting spot here for the markets to form a rejection right now on this 5-minute candle that we're looking at. Look at that selling pressure, guys. This is the pre-earnings madness. We're about to dump the whole 5-minute strong candle. And then the 15-minute candle looks ugly, right? So that's why I said you gotta wait for the closings. There's 2 minutes to go. Closings are extremely important. That's exactly what gives the stamp. That's the way the candle is going to be considered from that point forever. What's the name of the opens indicator on TradingView? The opens indicator is, let me share with you. So we got about a script. Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly opens. That's the name. And it's created by SBTNC, right? So that's the person that created it. It has 5,300 likes. You will be able to grab it from indicators and then community, right? That's the place you search for the name and you grab it from that specific user that has it. It's for free. Look at the reaction, fellas. There is indeed a 270, 280 rejection coming in, but there's also buying pressure from the monthly opening. So it's kind of an interesting spot here. Look at that. To me, this looks pretty undecided. Bulls are active on 195. Bears are active on 275. In between, the markets will try to decide. We don't trade. We watch these things, how do they play out so far, and take the opportunity at a time we have a higher predictability rate. Gotta be careful with the shorts, of course. We can easily get down to a 140s easily. Not just 140s, you can easily revisit your lows here, which are sitting on 130s, 125. An interesting spot here to short the markets with a stop loss above 276. We're gonna do that with a single contract, guys. Sitting on a leader account.
Order filled.
We're gonna try a short here and see if it holds. Stop loss is gonna be 275, slightly above that 281. $985 is going to be the loss here if the markets get to that level. But we do have $577 profit for the day. Single contract here on the NQ. In terms of the targets, well, I would love to break below this lows and continue, right? Could easily get down to 155, easily, even deeper than that. It's just that I don't want to risk too much with this. We do see some bullish presence, of course. $15-minute is quite undecided. It's bothering me, guys, that 15-minute closing we have. Look at that. They're trying for the liquidity. They're trying hard. Obviously, this levels could be reshorted. We hope that that's what they're gonna do. And the pressure is high. The pressure is high. Close to be stopped out on this one so far. This is a tap here which is supposed to reject 272, 270s. A nice ugly 5-minute rejection here would actually look quite amazing for us. Otherwise, the pressure here is real from the bulls, and there is not too much room about it. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Indeed, we're fully showing transparently what's happening. You clearly see the accounts, and we're clearly trading as We're trading, so there is nothing that we're hiding at all. With the positives, with the negatives, the most important part, just like I said even in my first stream yesterday, look at that. It is about to get into those 81.50, very close to that. We could be saved, of course, but... So what I just said is it's very important for our fellas to learn from my mistakes as well, not just from the good trades that I'm performing. That's very close to be stopped out. We might have a little benefit by putting the stop loss slightly higher than the previous high, right? Look at that. Slightly higher. This is the benefit by doing so. So the previous high here is on 73.5. If we would have played our stop loss on the, 75, 76, slightly above that, we would have been wiped out already. Now there is still a chance here to go for the rejection to be printed. It's the 200 EMA rejection that is needed. But unfortunately the candle is quite powerful from the bulls. In golf, as the previous candle closes without rejection, you don't really want to see that when you are in a short. We're not going to add anything additional to this. Markets could easily get back to the 330s.
Order filled.
Yeah, we've been stopped out. Markets could push here into the 330s right now. But it's still dangerous to long it on a possible rejection here from the 200 EMA, right? So that's definitely something we gotta be aware of. We're down for today on $415 from being positive slightly above $580. It's not an easy task, it's not an easy job here to short the markets in the way it's structurized. Look at that 15-minute candle, guys. That's not something to be against. BTC, look at their pump. It was down to 85 grand just a few minutes ago. Now it's back to 87,500s. Looking into the hourly, look at that rejection below the structure. Obviously, this comes in as a possible low. Like I said, the daily candle is on 200 EMA, and this rejection here done by the bulls against the bears is very important. Nvidia is strong. 5 minutes, look at that. Possible to break above for the Nvidia case. It's dangerous today for shorts, like I said. Careful, guys, on that one. Make sure to like the video, fellas, for all the new guys that came in, and subscribe to the channel at the same time, just like I said. If you want to trade on Ticktick Trader Prop Firm, you can definitely go ahead. The link is in the comments area, in the description area, with a 40% discount at checkout by using the coupon code. You can have a great time on the topic. What's happening besides this? Ethereum is something a lot of the people research. Have a look into that, guys. Ethereum is trying to hold here, but it's dealing with the same 200 EMA. And this is actually what held Ethereum across the last couple of years, if you're looking into that. So we got some discussions on the crypto as well here to kind of be familiar with the possibilities. It is at a level you don't want to short here. You don't want to short a 200 EMA. You never want to short. If you would have shorted your 200 EMA here, you have been in a terrible, and over here as well. Look at that, guys. That 15-minute candles is very strong. We could have a long opportunity here for the target of breaking above 330s. Yearly 200 EMA could help us hold on to this structure. 3 minutes to go. I'd like to see how this candle closes. This could be a long opportunity here. "26 minutes into the markets. Starting with a sell-off and a decent recovery from that, but the 15-minute looks very good. Right, so 15-minute clearly holds onto the daily opening, monthly openings. The good part for Nasdaq is that these two openings are very near to each other, and this is a strength. Right, so this is not happening that often. Daily with a monthly, right? It's, you know, there's so many opportunities not to be close to each other. Just like how does the weekly looks like. You're up on 21,700, far away from the other three. Yearly, daily, monthly. 2 minutes to go for this 15-minute. There is a rejection here appearing, of course. But that is pretty much part of the volatility we're dealing with. The 30 minutes is not looking bad. And we're about to get the hourly closing, which is looking a lot better. So hourly is strong to the upside. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go for this hourly. We might also have the 2-hour closing as well into a minute, and you know, everything looks good here. At least for a breakout above 330s. I'm not sure if we get the strength today for 450s, but breaking above 330s for today is going to be an easy job. It's just that searching for the good opportunity. Yep. We have the home sales coming in 2 minutes. 10 a.m. EST time, if I'm not wrong. You guys want to quickly update the chat with the results? We would like to see how does it play out. You know, it's a time of volatility. We could take advantage. So I'd like to see how that one plays out. Careful on your positions. Look at that, guys. Let us quickly know in the chat what kind of details we have on the home sales. If that comes out at 10 a.m., if I'm not wrong. The buying pressure here is real, guys. Look at that. Looks very interesting. A stop loss below this specific structure. Below 261 a stop loss might work out, so we could give out on a long
Order
here
filled.
and test it out. $332. Could be a possible reversal point again at this level, right? With all the rejections that we had so far. $30 points. That's not looking good in terms of rejecting on the minute, but as we already know, the 1 minute represents a lot of the noise. 657,000, that's probably below the expected rate, below the forecast. So usually that's something the US dollar do not enjoys. We might get comfortable with that when it comes down to the stocks. Not any substantial reaction. The thing is here, if you're breaking above 330s, this thing could run into the 450s, right? So cutting it early means for me to play pretty conservative on this one. I might grab another contract here and go with 2 contracts on that specific target.
Order filled.
Yeah. We just got into another contract, so we got 2 contracts with a target on 332, which is exactly the place we've been stuck for numerous hours in the past couple of hours, right? So for numerous times, actually, 330s. Although, like I said, that could be a nice place to break out and then run. So we'll just take our $1,180 right there if that's the case. Give us another 10-15 points and we're gonna be good about it. If it rejects again here, that's kind of terrible. What are the benefits of Project X compared to NinjaTrader? I like the way it works, very smooth, right? So we don't have lags, delays and stuff like that. I also like the way the setup is made, so the layout and the trading possibilities here very simple, user friendly. And then of course it comes down to your preference. So you can nicely do copy trading, you can utilize to manually lock yourself out, you can easily set a variety of take profit settings, of stop loss settings automatically, you can set daily losses, max daily losses, max daily profits. You can set a whole lot of the thing in an automated way. So it's kind of a platform which is pretty much automated, and it is also very functional for traders. Although NinjaTrader could have some of these things as well, so it's not pretty much unique, but I do enjoy. It's also something that I consider as a personal preference. A bit of rejection coming from the 320s. We don't need a lot of the points here. It's just about 30 points. So if we look into the 5-minute candles, there is a lot of rejection coming from below, right? Markets did want it to go down, but they've been rejected a few times. The 200 is holding. The yearly opening is holding as well. Let's see if this one has the ability to push, not just to hold, to push higher. Because 2 contracts is quite of a position, right? So working around the stop loss. And speaking about a stop loss, would not be too comfortable with 2 contracts. Yeah, you got to do it, of course. Right, it's very easy to be down on $500. But again, we're playing a little bit bigger with this one. Yearly right there. 268. Time to convert basically 275, 268, 280 into our support and then push from there. It's kind of a deep red day over here, red moment here. Still have to offer this one room to breathe and reject on the 5-minute. I like to see how does that rejection comes in. You know, the 3rd, 4th 5-minute candle in a row to reject should mean something, should mean a decent buying pressure. If I exit here, I'm actually exiting in a place where there is buying pressure confirmed in the past couple of candles. So obviously you're exiting where bulls are supposed to step in, and that's wrong. Let's go, guys. That's a nice recovery on the 1 minute. That's a nice buying pressure on the 1 minute. And of course, confirming that for the 5 minutes. One thing to be kind of clear here is 330 might be a target which is possible too low. I'm taking this a little bit higher. 336 giving us 1,340. We could take this a little bit higher. 1,420. Interesting 1 minute situation. Look at that, guys. If it rejects again, that's not a good sign for sure. You know, a break below this specific, a break below here would not be comfortable. It opens the doors basically to revisit the specific levels, right? On the 1 minute. And for 2 contracts, that's kind of tough. Not looking bad so far. Make sure to enjoy, fellas, and like the video if you prefer. This is going to help us to become more and more popular, and of course help more of our community members in terms of their trading experience. Whatever I'm sharing here is totally and fully transparent when it comes down to trading. And all the numbers, as you can see, look at that. It wants to reject the game, but there is a very strong fight going on here. This is a very strong fight at 320s. That's why I'm telling you, fellas, if a breakout happens, that could really push the markets and trigger a bit of a movement that will be stronger than our target. But still, 1,400 right there is comfortable for me to secure, which is why I'm not really that hungry and greedy to aim for higher levels. If it's to re-enter on a new long for the other accounts, well, that's something that we could do a little bit later on. Look at that. You don't want to push yet. Yet you are just a little one step away to take that. Look at those rejections on the 5-minute. 200 EMA yearly, continuously rejecting for the last 4 candlesticks. For the last 20 minutes, it's just a non-stop rejection, denying the bears to go down, but at the same time, the bulls are missing above 310. So that's where we need the energy, above 310. If we don't get the energy there, that's no bueno. What's happening on the BTC? BTC is nuts. Right, BTC is just, let me just take the opens out. BTC is forming a V-shaped recovery here, $3,000 dumping and then $3,000 pumping. There you go. Ethereum as well, and other cryptocurrencies are also having a great time. So what's happening with our Nasdaq? 330s, look at that. We're pushing, guys. We're pushing, we're about to hit our target. This is the place we've been rejecting earlier so many times. Just gotta be patient here and let this trade play out. You can only be up 1,250, right? No. In terms of 20% consistency for a 150k account, if I want to hold on to the 7,500 threshold, then I can be as high as 1,500 in a day. Yeah, for consistency. So the maximum $1,500 in a day, and that keeps your threshold at 7,500. I do have a video on my channel about consistency rule. You can look into that. It's fully explained. Yeah, 1,500 is the level basically to keep yourself with the maximum on the threshold. If you're making more than 1,500 in a day, then you increase your threshold and you will have to make more money than 7,500 to qualify because of the consistency. But I'm down right now $420, right? So if I make 1,400 right there, the total profit is going to be around $1,000. Look at that. We're very close to hit or take profit. I mean, I could get out with a single position here and secure $500, right? But I'm not going to do it. If you don't risk, you don't drink champagne. That's the way it works. We got to prepare the fireworks, right? I guess so. Look at that. You don't want to touch my 38. You want to reject on 36. You want to get a shot in a tick. We know about the 330s here, so putting a stop loss on my entry is something that I might have to do, guys. And I'll put a stop loss on my entry, right? So I'm going to take this to my entry. because this is actually a place that you've been rejected a few times. So I don't want to get rejected with 2 contracts. Look at that, fellas. Come on. You got force for this. You can push this higher. What I could do as well is take out a single contract here, and then with the last one, which is going to be left, to increase basically the take profit. That's something. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to work around it as it is. It's just 10 points. Sometimes even a single tick is so far away. Meanwhile, you trade without stop loss and you discover how close 100 points are to you. Come on. We want to put those fireworks. Come on.
Order filled.
There you go. Beautiful, guys. The profit has been locked. $995 has been confirmed. There you go. That's a nice way to grab some numbers. And that's quite comfortable. So $995. It's fully completed for this specific account, which is in a copy trade with the follower account. That one as well sits on 990. So we got a account ending on 32 and the account ending on 33. We got both of them with a 990 bucks. One is 195, the other one is just 90s. But this is pretty much all for those 2 accounts. Now I'm gonna grab the third one and look for some opportunities. This is traded in a single way, guys. Great. So no more trading for the other 2 accounts. And you will see when I say no more trading, it's no more trading for me. For that specific situation, for those 2 accounts, I'm going to trade the one ending on 34, which has been a disaster yesterday as well, with the copy trading that I did and the continuous longing that I had. You know, yesterday, this is what we had, fellas. Yesterday, this is where, you know, I got into a long around this level. That's where I've been averaging. And then we've been wiped out here with a max daily loss, right? So I was not using a stop loss with that. Our target was set around the 200s. And we went into the 200, you know, slightly above the 200s. 201. Something like that. So we just came down, we were taken out, and then it ran exactly to our target. That's the way to go. Today is a lot better. 354. Let's have a look into that. We're gonna go to the 15-minute right now, because there is a dangerous situation here appearing at the 400s, like I said, and slightly above that. So we're gonna put our details back on chart. Yeah, we're getting something back from yesterday, and I'm going to continue like this. It is very comfortable on a $900 mark. You know, I could push this and I could risk a little bit more for the 1,500, which would be the max, right? I could force that, but I'm not feeling comfortable forcing right now after a day that has not been good at all, right? So I kind of need at least today to be positive on the outcome and then continue from there. Because otherwise, usually I'm a trader that is willing to take risks. That's how I'm built, that's how I'm enjoying to trade, and that's how I also prefer working around. And as you can see, at the same time, I do some calculations. Yeah, We could deal with yesterday highs. We could work around the 450s. You definitely want to enjoy a nice green tea, a Japanese green tea. I'm not going to have coffee. I'm not having coffee. I'm not drinking coffee at all. Yeah, this is something I prefer. Let's have a quick look into the crypto space, which is madness, right? Rejecting from the daily, but the crypto space quickly is going to get back to the yearly, weekly opening. No big deal at all. Nasdaq is having a great time. Look at a 200 EMA for Nasdaq. That's a nice target. Yet the US dollar is holding nicely. It's having to deal very soon with a weekly opening. Tesla had a very difficult day yesterday with all the tariff, with all the, political, economical wars that are happening around Tesla. They had a decrease in sales in Europe. And this is what tanked their value quite a lot. Now it's time for Nvidia to do something. Yeah, tea is much better. Indeed, I do enjoy it. Make sure to like the video, fellas. $360s. This is very hard to long it right now. I usually need a form of retracement. Look at a 5-minute. Monthly and daily openings were the ones that saved us. Look at that, guys. We've got 2 engulfings happening there, 2 very strong green candle closings. And then the outcome. Plus something that was very important in the way we have reacted through 3 different 5-minute candles on the 200 EMA. So you've been rejecting so many times to dump for a reason. I'm gonna have some water. Do you know which is an interesting level? This one right here. That's a very interesting level. Retest of the breakout. And then rush. Could be something I could trade on the 3rd account. So I'm looking for an opportunity there as well. Yeah, gonna get some sunshine. See you tomorrow, buddy. Talk to you soon. Have a good time. Good job, Kevin. 1,200. That's the way to go for the day on the S&P. One very important lesson is as soon as you grab your profits, lock that in. I'd like to see how this candle closes on 5 minutes. I don't want to see an engulfing here of the previous green one. I don't want to see a closing below the previous starting green candle. That would be quite terrible. We didn't have an engulfing, but the pressure is there. So I don't know if this high is gonna hold here. Not yet convinced. At the same time, bulls are temporarily dominating, so I'm not yet convinced in shorting this at all. Decent profit has been locked in so far. $1,000. Yeah, we do have a lot to recover, so we're not going to get too excited about it. Look at that, guys. Do we just fake out here and get back to the 200 EMA or to the yearly, daily, monthly opening? We're relaxing right now and looking at the markets, running some analysis. 4-hour candlesticks are very interesting. There is so much room to the upside, and this is something that I like to pay a lot of attention, guys. For those of you speaking about shorts, you definitely want to see how brutally and aggressively we were continuously recovering throughout December, January, February. Every single time we got a strong sell-off like that, quickly we went back. Back to the top, back to the top, back to the top, so many times. So is this going to be the time you don't do this? You just pretty much continue and you break below this lows, or you retest your 20,700s? You're still not going to be bearish if you get to 20,700s on 4-hour candlesticks. You're still not going to be bearish. So they might use Nvidia right now to take the markets back to this level, and then of course confirm above 200 EMA like this, and you can break the highs. Let's get back to the 5 minutes. Look at that one. The question is, how many people got trapped by longing? Considering a potential breakout here, by longing that one. Tons of people. Longed above 330s, getting trapped into a long over there, probably with a stop loss around this level. Around 300s, slightly below 300s, we went down to 294, so that's a nice place for hitting stop losses. Yep. I'd like to see a market structure established, and then we can continue our trading on the third account, which is something that we did not trade it today at all. We got an hour into the opening, and there is tons of volatility here. Interesting spot here to long this 200 EMA. I'm gonna go into a long here on the third account, but I'm gonna get into the M&Q, right? So I care about micros right now. I'm gonna get into 5 contracts of M&Q market
Order
or
filled.
long. This is a very interesting spot where we could react back to 320s easily to 320s. 1975, $454 on that one. Quick scalp. Beautiful reaction. Come on. Stop loss on our entry. Slightly above it to cover the fees. 10 points to go. And we get the fireworks again. Come on. This is the 1 minute candle that should give us the target, $457 right there. An easy scalp. I'm ready to press the fireworks.
Order filled.
There you go. Beautiful time, guys. Look at that one. The blue ones, the yellow ones, and everything. That's interesting. Here we are. $450. Nice execution. Straight from the 200 EMA back to the resistance. Playing the zigzag, playing the chop, and taking their money. $451 on the third account, and the first two accounts are sitting on $995. Not gonna trade the first two. They are in copy trading. That's sufficient for the day, but I'm still gonna go around this $451, a little more. Thank you. Yeah, it was a great trade. Good scalp. Good moment to take advantage of a little liquidity grabbing. So now we gotta slow down, because now the fake out we had is a place of rejection. You're rejecting on 360s and you're finding support on 280s. Support is here, bears are over there. We just played in between. Yeah, it was a great trade. And an interesting situation here where markets are having the ability to climb slowly higher and higher. 5 minute looks good, looks strong this way. And it reacts at a place that is not superficial. It is a meaningful place. 15 minute is something I'd like to see. 15 minute engulfing on the previous candle would be very strong. So in other words, a 15 minute closing above 333 is a good closing. Is a closing that gives you the ability to work around an entry on 333 and get your stop loss below the structure, right? As an invalidation. If the market turns around like this, it's kind of obvious that we might revisit that liquidity point. So 333 closing for this 15 minute candle. There is 10 minutes to go. I'd like to see that one. I also don't want to see a closing on 60s, 70s, because that's too high. So I need a closing slightly above 333. That would be a beautiful situation. Up to 345, having a nice closing between that range. 33.45 confirms a nice engulfing. That should give extra pressure, extra power, at least to the 200 EMA up to the 400s, right? So there is room for 50 points right there. A lot to go out of this candle, so I would relax with that. Even right now, the 1 minute is not looking ugly at all. The 1 minute is looking with energy at least to get back to the 65. Could play this with a very tight stop loss, but I'm just gonna relax right now. A little bit. Let's take a look into the crypto, which is obviously working around its volatility, normal volatility here. You had a massive move to the downside from 89 grand down to 85. You see this, $4,000 or $5,000 movements are happening in the crypto space every single day. It is no longer a surprise. Ethereum as well wants to hold, so it's pretty much in a spot right now where things are possibly bullish for the crypto. That's where you get the edge. I wouldn't focus shorting. 325, 324 on the NQ 15 minute. This looks very good, guys, here. I'm going to get in a long.
Order
looks
filled.
nice here for nice continuation. At least back to the highs. Quick scalp. Let's take a look into that, guys. 5 contracts we got into. It's an opportunity here. Like a little flag here, like a little bull flag. And a nice higher low. So I'm gonna take my shot here. Hope you enjoy our live stream, fellas. For those of you that just came in fresh, make sure to subscribe to our channel and like the video. At the same time, let me know your thoughts in the chat. Come on. That's a nice closing for 1 minute. We just closed above the previous high, and we might get some energy here. It's just about how high this is going to go. 360, 6.5, it's a possible double top there, which is why I'm not really going to force this. $448 plus 357 if we secure this profit comes in as what? That's, about $800. $20 points to go. Look at that 15 minute, guys. If we get that strong 15 minute candle, I would be happy to hold onto my position. Well, look at that pressure. Pretty ugly. Could be a situation here to add a little more. Could be an opportunity to add a little more to our contract. But I'm not willing to do it yet. Let's go, guys. It's an interesting spot here. We're going to add
Order
3
filled.
contracts to this one. And increase the target basically to 78.25. $715. So we got 8 contracts right now totally. The 15 minute is about to close, and that would be a very strong closing. There's still 4 minutes. I mean, look at that 1 minute candle closing is good. You definitely need this one not to break below we just established here. A nice engulfing with a strong closing. But still, if you don't push above 52, 78 target is not going to be good at all. Might have to partially get out of this position at some point here. Still another opportunity here to add some more if we get the rejection. Right, so there's just opportunities to add some more, and that's how you become greedy and lose money. Lose more than you should lose, right? Obviously, you gotta do your math, which is something we're keeping track. As you can see, I'm not working in a very fixed theoretical point of risk and reward, 3 to 1, 2 to 1, or whatever. We're definitely considering basically a dynamic approach based on the price section. So, for example, here, a dangerous spot to hold along would be by losing this level. That would be the first danger signal, and then losing this one as well. It is a dangerous level to hold on to your position. So that's the time you can manually load off if the candles are looking ugly, if the rejection is looking ugly, if the whole movement is looking ugly. Otherwise, I prefer basically to tweak and do some babysitting around my trades, which gives more productiveness. Where is it? Here is it. That's a decent rejection right there. So another opportunity, and I'm saying it again, to add some more longs to that. But I'm not going to do it, of course. It's sufficient. 8 contracts. Looking for about 40 points here. Looks good. Come on, just a bit of energy. Just a bit of energy here, about 350s. You can't get rejected. Wow, 40 seconds to go for this 15-minute candle. Looks beautiful right now. Again, 40 seconds is a lot. Things could reverse in a dramatic way. Not always with the NMQ, also with NQ, right? I always trade Nasdaq, but I'm not always on the micros. I also trade minis. Four seconds, 3 seconds. Remember what I said? Give me a closing above 333 and I'm fine. You gave me. Now, I'm fine holding onto this position. And looking for the market continuation. That was a significant sign of buying pressure. on the 15-minute closing, so I'm quite happy with that. Even though the 1 minute here is pretty undecided, the 15-minute looks great. So the 15-minute dangerous invalidation is exactly below this candle structure. That's the dangerous invalidation right there, which is around 270s. I got a feeling of increasing my size here so hard, but I do have to respect certain rules that I know, so I would actually increase here the size, you know, at least 10 contracts. It's not looking bad at all, guys. We're nicely holding onto the markets here. 333 has been confirmed, so give us the continuation, which is why I confirmed that point. Let's have a look into the Andean oscillator. Into my favorites, Andean oscillator. What do you tell us? You kind of tell us we're breaking the signal line here on the 15 minute, right? So the Andean oscillator is measuring the bulls and the bears power plus the signal line, which is marked with an orange color, kind of showing us divergences, convergences, which is what I use for. And this is a free indicator on tradingview.com, which is something that I'm utilizing, just like I said, for divergences and convergences. That's the form I'm going around it. Now on the 15 minute, what it shows a confirmation of the bullish pressure. And of course, a nonsense missing selling pressure that is fully marked at the bottom. Look at that. So it's just about a question of confirming this energy, confirming its presence. By doing the final push. Let's get into the 5-minute candles and see how does it look like. I don't want to see too many rejections here on the 5-minute. The Andean oscillator looks great. You know, it becomes a danger when the Andean oscillator on the 5-minute crosses or comes around the 80 index, right? The index is marked here on the right side. It's 55 for the green. When it comes close to 80 on 5 minutes, it's dangerous. It's dangerous for the selling pressure. It means that usually it starts decreasing, right? So you don't really want to base longs when you're above 80 on the index. On the 5 minutes, this is specifically on the 5 minutes alone. Morning over there. I'm currently located in Hungary, Budapest. This is from where I am trading with you fellas. And we're just enjoying, of course. Yeah, trading goes decently today. It goes great, I would say. So we're pushing. We're keep pushing. Just a little more here. 350s. That's a level that we want to cross. 350s. Let me share with you the 1 minute, guys. What's happening on the 350s? What are you doing? Look at that. Do you reject this thing again? I don't want to see that rejection. Could be a cliff here, a powerful sell-off. Look at that. From 50s to 17 quickly. 5 minute. Ugly sell-off. Well, let's be patient about his position here and hold on to. Not an issue. We're in profit on this account, so I'm willing to take it slowly. Make sure to like the video, fellas, especially for those of you that recently joined and subscribed to the channel. At the same time, if you want to be part of the Ticktick trading, the place I'm trading, the prop firm, there is basically the 40% discount by utilizing the coupon code SCRAMBO at the checkout. I'm trading the 150k account, which is 420 bucks, instantly funded, so there is no challenges you're going through, and the payout comes out at 5% payout threshold, but also the max loss is at 5%, so that comes in 1-to-1. Look at a nice reaction here, and that's a lovely reaction on the 5 minute. Right, so for those of you that joined recently, here's the link, and then the coupon at the checkout. You can trade on Tradeovate, you can trade on Ninja Trader, you can do trade on Project X, exactly where I'm performing here. There's also a daily max loss, and the payouts for this account is at $3,000. Right, so you're paying 420 and the payout is 3,000. But there is a 90-to-10 split, so you get 2,700. Let's have a look into a BTC chart here a little bit. Getting rejected from the 200 EMA. Kind of obvious. Nvidia is trying to push. Nvidia looks great to go higher. Nasdaq as well. Look at that. Could be the time right now, so I'm going to jump into...
Order filled.
3 extra positions added. We've got 11 contracts, guys. I just jumped in right now. Look at that. And it wants to push. So hopefully at this time, we just broke out 350s. That's what we needed. Nvidia looks great as well for a continuation breaking those highs. Let's have a look into the Nasdaq this form. 15 minute as well. Looks nice. 15 minute has that specific 396, 398, 400s on the resistance side, so 923 plus 444 would actually put us onto 1,367, 66, which is very close to the max profit that I want, which is the $1,500. So we could actually play this on a little bit higher and go for the max profit straight away. Just like I said, this is the 3rd account. The other 2 accounts today are sitting on green. So in other words, I'm willing to risk. That would be close to 1,500. Look at that pressure. Oh my God. Could be a slow 15-minute candle, guys. Not going to get worried about it. Could be a slow 15-minute candle, and we could have the next one after this pushing very hard. I mean, we broke out of 350s, but we did not confirm a closing above it, right? So we closed on 346 on the 1-minute candle. I'm sure you can see that. Hey, Scrambo, second day following your stream. Good stuff. Better market today. Is it A or a B book prop firm? I'm not sure what do you mean about it. $44 viewers, fellas, 34 likes. Let's take the views and the likes as high as we can, enjoying our community. Let your friends know about it. We're trying to build our community as well on Discord. This is the place, and we are pretty much enjoying it, right? So focusing in delivering full transparency, knowledge, and education with the good trades, with the bad trades. For you guys, including for me, it's just about the learning curve. The learning curve till we get to a point where we have such good edge to constantly be profitable. That's a nice 1 minute reaction. Let's see if it holds. It's not just about holding, it's also about closing above 350s. That's the only thing I'm requesting. And we're very close to that. We just break above, but we don't stick above. Look at that. $15 3 minutes to go. It's not a bad 15-minute candle in the way it looks like. Like, we could also see it rejecting the bears during this 15-minute time where they could have reacted, but they failed, right? What a great time, fellas. Has been a beautiful stream so far. The other two accounts are sitting on profit. 995 for the first one, ending on 32. 990 on the other one, ending on 33. And now we are trading on the third account, which has its own $444 secured, aiming for higher levels. But this is a very tight situation here. 350s are trying to hold. I do trade multiple accounts. That's why I did not stop on the first winner. I have a bigger target in terms of dollars profit for that specific day, so I'm pushing for achieving my target in dollars. Even now could be an interesting day to call it off here. If you don't want to risk, you just secure $200 and then just have $640 secured, and that's it, right? But again, I don't want to be that conservative here. I don't want to be that conservative when you get an opportunity. I'm usually the person going for the shot. You know, I'm not scared trading live stream. I'm not scared trading at all. Been trading quite for some years already. So I'm holding my position even when things are tight, like at these times. You know, ranging here around a place. You just cannot get a breakout. Could be a nice trap here to have people entering into shorts, believing we get back to those deep levels. But I guess there is a nice opportunity to take these guys that have shorted here, considering the 350s as a powerful resistance. Just break above the previous high and go for some liquidity a little bit higher. There's so much room for that. I mean, we need 30 points, which is not a little trade. It's not a little scalp. It's not a micro scalp. It is a decent day trade. $15-minute looks very good, guys, for a closing. In 10 seconds, we got our 15-minute candle closing. Looks very good. It is pointing to the upside. That's what it does. So if it dumps from here, it is not a trade and a mistake if it dumps from here. $500 at this point, we could secure But we're very nice to the previous top. Momentum, there you go. We're going to secure partially. We're going to sell something here.
Order filled.
3 positions and
Order
another 3
filled.
positions. So we sold 6 contracts. There's 5 contracts left right now. We secured some more. We got $841. And of course, the stop loss is going to be on my entry, guys. We're not going to risk more. There's a possibility for a double top. I've got $841 secured on this account, so it's not worth the risk more. If it goes higher with this contracts, I'm going to leave it like that. I can actually go even a little bit higher here. Why? Because I can consider basically the 200 EMA on 400s. So I could, you know, force it like that. 396. Look at that. Another 40 points from here. Let's just go like this. Because we secured sufficiently, right? 841 bucks. We could let this winner run. Come on. Another 20 points. We broke out of the previous high. And is holding nicely. Yeah, we're not cursing. We're not doing bullshit. We're not doing... Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. We do trade S&P, but very rarely, buddy. Thank you guys for the great words you're sharing with me in the chat. Appreciate it. Helps to keep strongly on the subject. And of course, enjoy what we're doing. Because this is the most important thing. If you're not enjoying, you're not going to be able to give your best. And this is usually in everything in life. We're going to talk about other things as well, not just about trading. We're going to talk about things that will help our community members become better persons. It's just what I actually enjoy doing. So it's not just about the trading itself or just about the money itself. It is also improving as persons. We already know that you just cannot be a good person by not thinking about other things as well, other than just money. Money is essential, but it's not sufficient, guys. We already know that. Essential is definitely essential. $11 profit on the stop loss. That kind of covers the commissions. You know, like I said, double top possibility. Why would I risk my profits in a such case? No reason to do that. This is also very interesting that the time you move your stop loss, your entry is important. If you're too tight, then you're actually cutting the possibility for you to get to the targets. If you don't play tight, then of course you're risking. So it is a combination between that. It is also depending how your trading is going for the day, for the week, for the month, for the year. It depends. How is your financial situation? How confident do you feel? All these things matter. But as you see, I try to enjoy playing the conservative approach as well by having an overall consideration. You made 840 bucks. You want to slow it down. Exactly. Giving back to our community members, sharing our thoughts, our educational perspectives, our knowledge. It's something that I value. Make sure to join our Discord community, fellas. And of course, for those of you that would like to trade, Ticktick Trader is a decent solution. Been online for 3 years already. In January, they run their anniversary, and we had some fun. No more green tea. No more green tea for the day. Usually in the mornings we've got black tea, and then we're running for a nice Asian green tea. Chinese or Japanese. Good time for the markets to continue. I'm sure Nvidia is doing nice. Otherwise you wouldn't see Nasdaq like this. Look at that. Just like I said earlier. Breaking above, and that's what we did. BTC also is going to hold here, generate a flag, and probably rush for the 200 EMA. Nasdaq broke out of 100. Nvidia broke out of 133. 384.85, close to get into our target on 96, 12, 13 points. And we're going to have a nice closing. Even now is a good closing, $1,200 profit if I close it right now, but I'm not going to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my take profit and put it below the previous green candle, fellas. I'm going to put my take profit there. That's an invalidation point. So if we reverse here, simply 191 extra is nice to be secured. Hope you enjoy our stream chat. We have 12 points to go. That's nice. 5 points to go, 6.7 points, just a couple of points. But sometimes, like I said, even a single tick is so far away that we cannot imagine. And 100 points when you don't use a stop loss is so close to you, like you don't even imagine. We're slowly climbing. Usually I'm not working with trailing stop losses because that cuts the profits. But I do utilize dynamic stop loss solution based on the charts, based on the openings and closing of candles that do represent invalidation points. 2025 is going to be a great year. I guess we're going to reach, and my target is to have 1,000 viewers on our stream, an average of 1,000 viewers continuously being on live with us. We're going to get to that point and collect more and more people. We're going to stream from Monday to Friday, usually at 2 p.m. UTC time. But you will always be able to see the scheduled live stream on my YouTube channel. So you go to the live, and that's where you will be able to see the live stream scheduled. Also, the link will always come out on Discord, and you get a notification if you have that option turned on. Come on, 6 points. That's it. 6 points secures the profit for the day and allows us to celebrate. Allows us to enjoy. We're gonna enjoy regardless, but still better to be with an extra $548. I could right now take my stop loss a little bit higher, but I consider that too tight. Could take my stop loss right now below the red candle we just had earlier. Again, could be too tight. Come on. 2, 3, 4 points. You want to front run people around the 400s? You shouldn't front run people at 400s. You should nicely hold on to this. 15 minute looks great. Nvidia looks great. Gold faces a form of rejection after a V-shaped recovery. S&P 500 looks great for market continuation. So BTC obviously is having its volatility, but that's no surprise. We are on 94.93, close to hitting our target. Come on, you gotta do what you gotta do. Get those 5 points, 10 points, whatever it is. You gotta do that. Or simply reject and let me get out at the current level. It's just, you know, $60, $70 extra. $50 extra, right? Three points. Two points.
Order filled.
There you go. Beautiful, guys. Let's put out the fireworks. There you go. Nice. Successful trading for the day. That's kind of everything about it, right? Not needing to do more, even though it is 1,387 on this one. So the third account has 1,387, and the other two are sitting on the $1,000, guys. So we're comfortable. 1,000 on both copy traded accounts, and the third one is 1,387. Comfortable for the day. Could force it a little bit to the 1,500 mark to keep that maximum for the consistency, but again, I'm sure you guys know what happens when you force it. The terrible loss comes in, you get tilted, and you end up hitting your max daily loss. That's the place, that's the target, that's the direction that you're going when you're doing that. Keep forcing is never a solution, so no more trading for the day, guys. That's pretty much all for the time. Great work. Thank you guys for... Yeah, we do enjoy the rest of the day. We do have a quick look into the markets right now, and then call it a day. Hope you had a great day today, fellas. We've been having this little dip after the market opening, but the reactions were very prompt on the daily opening, yearly opening, monthly opening. We're very close to each other. So that forms a contraction, which creates usually an outcome of expansion. That's what you got. Now, it is the 200 EMA, the level we're dealing with, but also slightly above is the previous day major resistance we had. So in between the 200 EMA and 450s, resistance could appear at any point, reversing the things. Yet you don't want to forget about Nvidia, which is going non-stop and is also about to touch the 200 EMA. So you want to keep that in mind as well. In terms of doing a live stream, we're doing tomorrow. We're doing Friday. We're continuously going to do. And that's the most important part, right? Now, another little detail out here. For Friday, we're going to start at a different time. A little bit later, I'm going to announce tomorrow, Wednesday. When do we start on Friday? Tomorrow is going to be the regular timing, 2 p.m. UTC time. That's when we're starting, fellas. Hope you had a great time today. Make sure to like the video. Let your friends know about it. We're trying to build a show here that is constructive, productive, gives back to our community, and helps people get educated about trading. Practice the good manners and exercise. This is the most important part. But also enjoy our life with all sorts of discussions that are beneficial. I hope you have a good quality time, which is the most important way to spend your time, to consider about the quality a lot more than the quantity. Enjoy, guys. Have a great time. Looking forward to it. And I'm gonna stop our live stream right here. We'll talk to you soon, fellas, tomorrow. Have a good one.